Gabbie Hanna is fully back online after almost a year offline. She recently returned sharing she had a new song. She's posted 4 videos in the last week onto her YouTube channel, starting with that new song, and then she explained why she left. She's also posted some poetry and a cover of a Radiohead song. Gabbie had been offline for the majority of 2023. Her last posts on social media were from February of last year, and people had been quite worried about her during her time away from the internet because of how she left. Prior to her leaving, she had a number of times where she was scaring her followers into thinking that she was unwell in some way. She had opened up about having a toxic relationship with social media, and it was proven in these times where she would spam post online, and she was posting things where she was screaming and shouting in TikToks, and she had gone on several religious rants and seemingly put herself in danger by letting a stranger into her home at one point. It looked as if it was for the best that she had taken this time away from being online, but people were still worried about her and hoping that she was doing well. And in June of last year, she did do an interview where she admitted that taking that step back from social media allowed her to reach a better place and that it had been really healing for her. But now she's back, and there's some worry in the air as people are hoping this doesn't turn into the other times where Gabbie's posting again and things become toxic for her. In January, it had been revealed that Gabbie had seemingly moved out of Los Angeles and started working at a local gym where she was teaching workout classes, something that she had always said that she's wanted to do. Everyone was really happy about this new chapter in her life, feeling like she finally escaped the things that she felt were really toxic and not doing her any good. So with her returning and posting so much, that's been the biggest reason for all the concern. When she returned, it was to promote that new song that I talked about. It's titled "Where Did I Go?" She's posted several videos with the song playing on TikTok, and she's promoted it on YouTube as well. And I do remember that there was a time where Gabbie had talked about the fact that social media isn't something that's good for her, but it's unfortunately the way to really promote and put out the things that she really loves, which is music and art. And she wasn't wrong in that, because songs are popping off because of TikTok now. It is the way to get a song to go viral, even if you aren't signed to a label or have anyone managing you. Obviously, there's other ways as well, but TikTok is a really big platform for undiscovered artists to have a song go viral, which in Gabbie's new video on YouTube talking about her time away from the internet, she did say that the hardest part about being away was not getting to share everything that she had been working on. But all that has obviously changed now. She's back, she's posting, and she's wanted to talk more about this time away from her and things that she's realized. She said that she left because she did not want to be in so much drama anymore, and she wanted to give the public less access to her. She also said that she didn't take the break sooner because she had a lot of obligations that she contractually could not put off, from podcast deals to ads to albums and things like that. So she had to wait until everything was out and over with, till she had a clean slate with nothing on the calendar to take this time off. And that prior to this break, she just never really took time off to enjoy things and would always try and find a way to monetize her hobbies because everything had to be about work for her.
I've been given so many amazing opportunities, but for the last decade, I've been absolutely drowning in work. It's like that cliche of, you work so hard for the American dream, and then you work so hard that you never stop to enjoy it. And like I said, it was absolutely incredible. It's a blessing that I would not trade for the world. But I haven't had time to just simply create literally since I started YouTube. Everything I did became a grind. I couldn't have a hobby or a passion without finding a way to monetize it because I needed to justify taking the time to do it. I didn't give myself the time or the space to practice a skill before putting it out in the public, releasing it to the world, which again, I'm grateful for all of that because it made me a lot better.
Gabbie also deep dived into what she found to be the most toxic parts of social media and things that would lead to the spirals for her.
For me, and I'm sure for so many others, it's a sickness. And the bigger you get, the worse it gets. You keep chasing that high of having that one viral moment. You keep seeking that love and approval and validation of others. Each time you have a viral moment, you're reinforcing that behavior. And when it doesn't come, when you don't get that hit, you start spiraling and start acting in ways that are outside of your character. It's something you tell yourself is fine. You can control it, you can stop it whenever, but is it fine?
She later talked about the breaks that she tried to take and how she could never stick to them and what being online for so long had really done to her, and knowing that she really needed to promise herself that she was actually going to be offline.
It was just like really super sad and lonely and always stressed and not having fun like ever. Was snapping at people all the time, avoiding a lot of the tough inner work that you have to do in order to grow. I was in this state of arrested development. I got kind of famous and kind of rich at 23 years old, so I never had a reason. From 23 years old, I was being really heavily rewarded for minimal work and frankly poor behavior. I kept failing. I'd get off for a few days, a couple weeks, even a couple months, but I would always buckle and come back. So I told myself, 1 year, just commit to a year. Give yourself this year to figure out who you are as yourself. Take the option off the table. Love yourself enough to figure out who you are outside of this glass house that you've built yourself. So on Valentine's Day, 2023, I decided to love myself. I made my last social media post and I deleted everything. And I was serious about it and it was amazing.
She said that at first she was really sad to be offline, like a breakup almost, and that she felt like she had no purpose. But then she got used to this new way of life and things were really positive in the end.
My mental health skyrocketed. There was this physical rewiring of my brain. Like my brain knew that this constant dopamine wasn't coming in, so it started like producing its own. I stopped having nightmares. I started sleeping better. My diet got better. I was able to use a lot of the time that I was on my phone to stretch and massage myself. My skin cleared up. I started giving my cats a lot more long, focused attention that they deserve. I was spending literally hours of the day, almost every day, just being, not doing. I was human being, just genuinely rest. And I'm so unfathomably grateful that I was able to do that. It was truly a gift from God.
She said that she had gotten sucked back in when she needed to DM someone and realized how quickly you can just get right back into the toxic social media cycles. And she brought in some religious elements when explaining this whole thing and what she realized about being offline versus being online and this awareness that she has now.
When I get sucked back into that spiral, into that vortex of social media, it's like all my other bad habits instantly rush back in. My sleep schedule is bad, my diet is bad, my skincare is worse, so I'm breaking out, I'm restless, I'm sleepless, anxiety and depression come rushing back in. I'm in physical pain, I feel empty, and I keep trying to fill that hole with something. And I realized that's a God-shaped hole that I'm trying to fill. I'd been pushing him out for so long because I was choosing this outside world instead. If you're not glorifying God, you're glorifying what is not of God. And a lot of times we're not even aware of it because of what we're being constantly told in the media. But when you get off, when you silence all these voices, you start hearing God's voice. So when I first got off social media and all of the noise stopped, that's when I started really hearing God. And then when I came back on, it was like all of this attention, all of my quiet time where I'm speaking to God all day, where I'm hearing from God all day, the assurance in the silence was gone. The health, the peace, the happiness, the joy, that was all gone. God never left. I was just ignoring him because I was choosing TikTok.
So of course the question of why did she come back has been asked a lot, and she talked about it coming down to her being an artist.
But here's why I came back. Because I'm a creator. I'm an artist. I'm an author. I'm a musician. I'm a songwriter. I'm a designer. I want to share things. That is who God made me to be. And he also didn't give me all of this perseverance and tenacity and ambition and drive to just throw it away. He didn't give me all of this influence to throw it away. So I talked to a lot of friends about it. I talked to myself about it, and I prayed a lot about it. And ultimately, I have to be online to do the things that I know God is calling me to do. And I want to do those things. Like, you know, sometimes in life, we have to do things we're not super amped about, or even things that scare us. No one really likes to wake up and go to work every day. And this is what it is for me to wake up and go to work every day. And the fact that this is what it is for me to wake up and go to work every day is incredible. This is what God called me to do, and he gave me a whole year to figure out how to do it the right way.
She says that this time around, she feels really ready to handle anything that comes her way, and I guess we'll just have to see. It sounds like she's really trying to proceed with caution here, and she is aware of how social media can lead her down a bad path, and I think people who do love her just hope that that awareness keeps up and that she doesn't get lost in all of it again, because we've seen that happen before and it just hasn't been good, and she's talked about it not being good. So I think there's just so many people that want the best for her. It seemed like she was really happy when she was offline, and they're just hoping that she can keep up that positivity. But that is what's been going on with Gabbie as of right now. Her being fully back online and kind of explaining why she left in the first place. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this, what Gabbie had to say, the fact that she's back, she's posted her music again. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.